So today we are talking about my beard, and no, not how glorious it looks and how awesome it is, but it's time to trim it down and shave it. Now I know some of you say, oh my gosh, your beard looks awesome, and I do like the beard, but when I trim it down much shorter, I just feel a lot more clean. So I don't know, I just want to do a beard tutorial, and plus like this grows so fast, so in a few days it'll be back to this. So what do you need as far as tools go? I have a hair cutting comb, right? And I'm gonna do this live on camera as best I can. I like to have a comb, which I do sell these on my website, shop@TheSalonGuy.com. Definitely check these out. These are what I use when I cut hair. So I like to comb the beard just to make sure there's no knots, to make sure it's all kind of laying even. And my clippers, these are professional clippers. These are the Wall 100th anniversary clippers, okay? And they're heavy duty, they work. I use them when I would cut clients and such. So I have my clippers, and also I have a number of guards, okay? These are, again, professional tools here. These are the clips that you can attach on, and there we go. I do have these on Amazon, believe it or not, on my Amazon store. Follow me on Amazon on my influencer page, and I do have some affiliate links on my wish list, which all the things that I use that I've gotten from Amazon are all there. So if you are interested in purchasing these clippers or these clipper guards, it's all there on Amazon, and it's in the description down below, the link. So now my hair, right, I typically shave my head with a razor blade every I don't know, 2 to 3 days, okay? And what happens is, as this starts to come in throughout the sides here, I've got some grays, all right? Now, my beard has a tendency to kind of grow out a bit bushy. It gets very, very thick and very full. So what I like to do is start with no guard, okay, which is the shortest you can go. And what I usually like to do is just shave anywhere in this vicinity to blend in the sideburns. So again, this is if you are looking, and I'm going to get a little bit closer here, if you are looking to trim down the beard relatively short, then that's where I would suggest, hello there, that's where I would suggest using no guard, right? Or even like the Phillips Norelco one blade, which I use all the time. But you have to connect this part, okay, this part right here into the hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this and just simply follow along. Now I like to do that, and then I go right in on the other side. And obviously you want to make sure that it's even. All right. Now what I did is I actually just blended in this into this. Okay. Even though this is growing out a bit more, I went from here to here, so now there's a clear blend. It really depends on how low you want to bring that shorter area. Do you want it to go all the way down into here? It depends. So I know that I'm going to trim this down, and I want to have some hair left, so I don't want to go super short all the way down to here and then all of a sudden a huge kind of goatee. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to raise the lever here on the clipper. I'm going to just flick that up like this. So what it does is it now is a little bit longer, and now I'm going to bring this down a bit more. All right. So I like to bring it to about right here. Okay, it looks good. Now I'm going to use a half guard. And now I'm going to start, like if I was cutting hair, that's how I'm going to approach how I cut my beard. So I go shorter and blend it or fade it into longer. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to go in with the number 1 guard, and this is where I'm going to take a majority of the length off into here. Now, as you can see, right there in that area, my hair grows back this way, so I went across this way. When you go across the way it grows, you actually get a better cut with it. If you go with it, it kind of just like skims it. You may not be getting all of it. So always go whether it's up or down or whichever way, but the opposite of the way your hair grows. At least that's what I do. Now if you notice, I'm going underneath here, right in this area, because that's where the hair likes to get a little bit longer, and sometimes you miss that area. Same thing, I'm gonna lift the lever here, so now it's like a 1.5 almost. Now doing the mustache, right, I like to go like this because you get more coverage, and also I exhale through my nose. I know it sounds crazy, but I exhale through the nose because it's like a fan, right, blowing the hair. The hair just likes to shoot up in the face and your eyes, so I'm trying to exhale through my nose while I'm doing this. And then I'll lower the guard a little just to get like in these areas in through here. But notice, watch this. I'm using my tongue to push out on the kind of roof of my mouth here. You could also just go like this. So I get a lot of hairs that kind of grow here, which I guess I'm assuming most guys do as well. So you want to make sure when you're using the clipper and the guard that you are really, really going kind of from under on the lip line right here and just making sure you're not missing anything. Now what's going to happen is right directly over the lip, you're going to have some longer hairs. I usually get rid of those with my trimmer, okay? Now I'm going to switch to the 1.5 guard. I'm going to bring the lever back down this way, and now I'm going to start to work this in. So my beard, because it does get a little bit more bulky right in through the corners, what I like to do is now I'm going to go to a number 2 guard, and I start to really work into this length. So me personally, for my face shape, I need to have a little bit of kind of length in through here. So I work it going more of a triangular shape where this is the longest point. So I have to be careful not to cut too much off. You can see all this hair that's coming off under here when I do that. But notice how I'm not really hitting this at all, okay? So for that, what I'm gonna do, and I have hair all over the place, I'm gonna jump to like a number 5 guard, all right, which is the, you know, a longer size guard, because again, I wanna make sure that I'm trimming this. All right, now, like I said, I have hair all over me. It's a good time to use like a towel or a brush to get all the hair off your face. And as you can see, I left a little bit of length in through here, but I feel like we have a nice trim. I'm gonna get my trimmer and trim these little hairs. I'll show you that. All right, so I try to do this as best I can with getting under here, the neckline, everything, it's tough doing it in front of just a handheld mirror in the camera, but clearly you can see a difference, all right? And it really comes down to what you want with your beard. And the beard, what's most important is your face shape, okay? The face shape is really what's gonna make this, but also how short you want it. Like you could just maybe get rid of all this and wear a scruff. Could I take this shorter? Yeah, sure, I could take it shorter. Can I leave it longer? Yeah, I mean, I can do anything I want, really. But the key to this is understanding that a lot of work goes even into just trimming your beard, because, you may, especially if you do it yourself, like we take a lot of pride in doing our beards. And I know you may have, your barber or stylist, he or she may be trimming your beard for you, and that's awesome. And if you trust them, awesome. But there's a lot of us who only want to do our beards ourselves. Like I actually know other barbers who are like, yeah, no one touches my beard except me. And I respect that because I'm kind of the same way, believe it or not. So let me know if you found this video helpful. And I really appreciate it. Shop.thesalonguy.com. If you use code YouTube20, that's YouTube20, you get 20% off and free shipping in the United States on orders with a value of over $50. And also check out my Amazon affiliate link in the description if you're interested in buying the clippers or any of the tools that I use. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you soon.